under center. Play action, the rollout, stumbling as he gets the pass away and reaching for the pylon is Austin Smith. Touchdown, Buffs. Nice play by the quarterback to get the ball out before he went down, and Smith with the grab.
Well, there was a lone touchdown for the Colorado Buffaloes as they fall 49-7 on the road against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Buffalo Stampede. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson, along with Coach Gary Barnett, my broadcast partner. Well, that was a long one, and it got away from Colorado quickly, and they never recovered.
They played a really good team, and they played poorly, and that's a bad combination for the team that's playing poorly. And 13 for 15 third down conversions, that's an unbelievable number, and all the yards they had rushing. And you know, I mean, fortunately we scored at the end of the game, and it made it a little easier to survive, but that was just a drubbing, and nobody had any answers on the Colorado sideline, and that they've got to find a way they got to find some answers.
You know, I said at the end of our radio broadcast, a couple of Football Network, I said, Minnesota's a very good football team. Make no mistake about it. They're going to compete in the Big Ten West. So losing to Minnesota Road, not a crime, not a sin. We weren't competitive, though, and that's becoming, I think, problematic.
It's very problematic, Mark. I think everybody around the program is embarrassed. I know players are embarrassed, coaches are embarrassed, and those of us who stand up for it and represent it are embarrassed. And so there's not much we can do,
right?
You know, and so those who play the game and coach the game, they gotta find a better way, because what we're doing right now isn't working.
Minnesota is the kind of team that Colorado wants to be. It's the kind of team that, let's be honest about, they were at one point in time very powerful up front on both sides of the ball, in particular the offensive side.
You know, as you know, watching that offense just made my heart sore for one reason,
right.
And that is just to watch, you know, them take total control of the line of scrimmage and just dictate how the game goes. And that's the kind of football team I always wanted to coach. And that's the kind of football team this was.
Yeah, Mohamed Ibrahim had 202 rushing yards, and that was just part of the nearly 350 yards they had rushing the football as they fall 49-7 here in the Twin Cities. Afterward, we heard from head coach Karl Dorrell. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Celebrate responsibly.
Difficult game. Difficult game. Wasn't expecting that type of performance given the week we had last week. We have a lot of extremely hard work to do, both mentally, physically, everything. We have to really try to figure out what's going to be the best things to do, both offensively and defensively, as we move forward. It was challenging the whole day. Poor start. Again, in terms of how the game started, we're just not doing those things in a positive way early for us to be as good as we can be. And it's unfortunate, and it's frustrating. They're frustrated, we're frustrated, so we got to get back into work, and there's nothing more that we have to do, or that we can do right now, quite frankly, than to just get back to hard work and trying to get this to come out of our players. Try to get production, efficiency, execution. We got to get all those things done correctly for us to be as good as we can be. But right now, we're far away from that.
Well, there's head coach Karl Dorrell after the Buffalo's 49-7 loss at Minnesota. We continue here at Huntington Bank Stadium. We got Bobby Pesavento, the former quarterback. He was working the sidelines for us. Gary just said before we heard from Karl about, I said it's not a crime to lose to a good team, but not be competitive. He was talking about being an alum, being part of this long history of this program, how frustrating this is.
It's very frustrating. It's hard to watch. And I hear from, former teammates and people that I know that feel the same way. And it's just, you'd love to see some sort of momentum. You'd love to see competition, just be in the game, fight, but we haven't seen it yet this season.
Bobby, it's when you're playing that quarterback position, it will not help. And obviously that's the focus. People will talk about Brendan Lewis and J.T. Stroud, and Owen McCowan came in and played as well. They're not getting a lot of time back there. So they might not be overly sharp, but the O-line's not helping those quarterbacks right now.
Not at all. And we are not winning. Like you said, we're not winning at the line of scrimmage. And when you can't run the ball and you can't protect, I don't care who the quarterback is, you're not going to have an easy time back there. And then sadly, sometimes when we do have time and we make good throws, we're not hanging on to them on the back end. So it's just, it doesn't seem like anything's going right at the moment.
At the end of the ball game. And it was, by the way time. And so people always get excited when they see a young player come in. Owen McCowan gets his first opportunity to play at the college level. It was kind of fun to see the young guy out there. He's got a little something that, maybe he can grow up at some point.
No, he looked good. I mean, he made some good throws, escaped out of the pocket and looked to make throws when he was out of the pocket. I'm sure that was coming at him at 1,000,000 miles an hour, his first experience out there, but he showed some promising things.
Well, the Buffaloes now got to get ready for Pac-12 conference. They're not going to get easier. Got UCLA coming in this weekend.
So yeah, somehow they got to find a way to compete. And UCLA, I mean, they may have struggled, but they're a good team, and they're going to come in ready to play. So the Buffs have to find something.
When you've bled for this program like this guy is, Coach Barnett's right over there. He's done the same. This is year number 19 for me. This hurts to watch what we're watching right now for the Colorado Buffaloes. They're 0-3, 49-7 the final as they fall at Minnesota. For Coach and Bobby, we'll continue after a quick break. We're going to look into the sports medicine program here at the University of Colorado on the Buffalo Stampede.